Happy morning, dear students. Welcome to Science Online Learning. Today, in this video, we are going to learn a new chapter in Science, Chapter 14, Chemicals Around the House. In our previous lesson, we studied about chemical reactions and we also studied about the three states of matter and their characteristics. So let's start today's video with a quick recap of what we have already learned in our previous video. In our previous video, we studied that matter is the stuff that everything is made up of, and matter is anything that occupies space and has weight. So matter has three states: solid, liquid and gaseous state. Solids are usually rigid, they have a fixed shape and a fixed volume, whereas the liquid is not rigid and they do not have a fixed shape but they have a fixed volume, whereas the gases, they are not rigid, they do not have a fixed shape and they don't have a fixed volume. We also studied about elements and compounds. So we know that atoms are made up of tiny particles called as atoms, which attract each other or pull each other with a force, and atoms combine together to form molecules. Students, you can see in this picture that He is helium atom, whereas H is hydrogen atom. So two hydrogen atom forms molecule. So it is a molecule of an element because molecule of element is made up of same kind of atom, whereas molecule of a compound is made up of different kind of atom. So when you look at this picture, you can see compound of water. So water is a compound which is made up of two atom of hydrogen and one atom of oxygen. And in this video we are going to learn chapter 14, chemicals around the house. So in this lesson we'll be learning about lot of chemicals we use in our day-to-day life. So everything which you see around you is made up of some or other kind of chemicals or chemical substances. For example, elements like oxygen, as you can see in this picture, hydrogen, nitrogen and carbon, and compounds like nitrogen oxide, water, nitrogen dioxide, carbon dioxide, they all are chemical substances. For example, water is made by the combination of two hydrogen atom with one oxygen atom, and air is also it is a mixture. It is a mixture of many chemical substances such as oxygen, nitrogen, hydrogen and carbon dioxide. Even soil is also a mixture of many compounds. Even our body is also a mixture. Our body contains many chemical substances like carbon, oxygen, iron, etc. And chemistry is a branch of science in which you study about chemicals and chemical substances, what they are made up of and how they change from one form to another form. So students, by looking at this picture, can you tell what are some of the common chemicals we use in our day-to-day life? Yes, acids, soaps, detergents, bleachers, medicines, pesticides, the cosmetics we use, some food items, they are also chemicals. So these are some of the common chemicals we use in our day-to-day life. And the chemicals we use in our day-to-day life, they can be commonly divided into two types. First one is acids and second is bases. So the common example of acids we come across in our everyday life is vinegar, lemon juice. So you may wonder what lemon juice has. Lemon juice has got an acid called as citric acid. Orange juice also has citric acid. Curd has got lactic acid. Amla has also got citric acid. So these are the common examples of acid we come across in our day-to-day life. Apart from this, the acids used for cleaning, that is the bathroom acids, the liquid in the car to run the inverter or to run the batteries, they also contain some amount of acids in them. So what you have to remember is acids generally have a sour taste. And acids are very corrosive in nature. Corrosive means they can easily eat away the things. For example, we should be very careful with bathroom acids, isn't it? When it come in contact with our skin, it can even eat our skin and it can burn. But acids like vinegar or citric acid, they all have a very mild action. It does not cause any burns, but even vinegar can eat away the things. So corrosion is an important property. It is a chemical reaction. So when acid react with any stuff, it will eat away the substances and some gas is formed. So if you can try this example. When you dip a boiled egg in a glass of vinegar, you will note that bubbles come from the vinegar. So this is because the bubbles are formed by the gas that is produced by the acid. And when you leave the egg in the vinegar for a long time, the acid can even eat away the whole shell of the vinegar, and the vinegar can and the egg shell can become very soft. This is because the acid is much stronger than the vinegar. And the things that contain acids are called as acidic substances, and many things in our house and the things we eat are all acidic. So in order to test whether a thing is acidic or not, we can use indicators. So indicators are substances that change their color when they are added to acids and bases. Next, we are going to move on to the second part, that is bases. So what are bases? So bases are just opposite to the acids, and they are used to cancel out the effect of the acid. For example, we all use antacid medicines, tablets. Okay, so why does the doctor give you antacid? The antacids are medicines that contain a base, and they're called as basic substances. They are mostly given to cancel out the acidity in the stomach. So most of us, you will have the acidity problem in your stomach. Okay, you'll feel like some gas is accumulated in your stomach. So that is called acidity. Gas is produced there. So to get rid of this problem, we use antacid tablets doctors prescribe us. And these acid, if there is more acid in the stomach, it can also cause many more digestive problems like ulcers. Okay, so even during those time, doctors prescribe us tablets, antacid tablets, to reduce the acidity in the stomach. So we learned that antacids contain bases, and other examples of bases are baking soda. Okay, the baking soda we use have bases, and some green vegetables act as bases. And children, do you know that many things in our house are also basic substances, like our toothpaste, the Gelusil, and some kind of soaps? They are all basic substances. So toothpaste, they also contain a base to cancel out the effect of the acid which is produced by the bacteria in the mouth. So our mouth always contains many bacteria in it, and these bacteria produce the acid in our mouth. So we use toothpaste to clean this acid and to clean the dirty microorganisms in our mouth. So even detergent, soaps, household cleaners, toilet cleaners are also some basic substances. Lastly, we are going to learn about salts. So what happens when an acid and a base react with each other? They form substances that are neither acidic nor basic. So what does it mean? When an acid or acidic substance react with a base or a basic substance, they form a new substance which neither have the character of acid nor it has the character of base. And one more substance which is formed is water. So when you look at this reaction, so acid react with base to form salt and water. So salt is a substance which does not have the characteristic of an acid nor a base, and it is said to be a neutral substance. And the common salt we use to add flavor to the food is one example of salt. But there are many other kinds of salt we use in our day-to-day life. Alum. So alum is a kind of salt. Alum we commonly use to clean water, and some they tie a black robe to alum. They hang it in front of the house for some traditional purposes. So alum is kind of salt. We add alum to water to clean the water or to purify the water. And baking soda is also a kind of salt. So baking soda is commonly used in the kitchen as a part of baking powder. To summarize, in this lesson we have learned that all the chemicals we see around our house falls under three main categories. That is, they can be either acidic substance or basic substance or the salt. So the chemicals around our house, it falls under three main categories. They are acid, bases and salt. So in this lesson we studied about the examples of acid. Like some of the acids are found in food, some acids we use for toilet purpose, some acids we use in car or in batteries. We studied about bases. Bases are commonly found in medicines like antacids, and toothbrushes also have bases. Detergents have got bases, and also we have learnt about salt. So we saw that salt neither has the characteristic of acid or a base, so it is neither acidic or basic. And common examples of the table salt we use, alum and baking soda. So it's time for you to complete your assignments now. Thank you students for watching this video till the end. Have a nice day.